False evidence appears real. Howdy, it's Trishaly up in Alberta, Canada, and today I want to talk to you about fear. False evidence appears real. That is an acronym to describe fear. Another way that I've heard people describe fear using an acronym is F everything and run. And really those are our two options when it comes to fear, is to realize that our worries and our fears are really probably not real. It's probably false evidence that feels real, looks real. However, fear is something that's very useful to us in life because it's a big motivator for us to take action. When we're afraid, we move. A lot of times we talk about something called the comfort zone, which is where there is no fear, where there's no worry, and also there's oftentimes no movement. The comfort zone is a stagnant place, and to get out of the comfort zone and into movement, into action motivated by fear, it takes guts. You have to have courage. And basically, there's no going around it. There's no going over it. There's no moving past it. It's only like straight on, head on, go through it. Dealing with fear, basically the only way that we can get from fear to the place that we want to be, to our achieving our goals, is by just facing the fear and doing it anyway. Because the fear kind of will always be there. In my experience as a musician, there was stage fright, definitely, when I was first starting out. And there's stage fright today, 10 years later. 10 years as a performer on stage. And you still get stage fright. You still get nervous energy, butterflies, and that just doesn't really go away. I think that the more that you face a fear like stage fright, or maybe public speaking, or even coming and working with horses, a lot of people that I know are intimidated and would be afraid to come out here and do what I do every day because there is danger involved. It's actually a lot more likely that I'm going to be physically hurt working with horses. However, physical hurts, in my experience, are a lot easier to deal with than emotional hurts. And when it comes to dealing with a fear like public speaking or stage fright, that type of fear is motivated by our emotions. Because, there's not going to probably be someone rush the stage and kick you in the face. The hurt that you might feel is people might reject you. People might not like your music. People might voice their opinions or criticize you. And basically, I think that the fear of criticism is probably the biggest fear people have in this world. I think that people are more afraid of being criticized by their friends and family than they are of like lions and tigers and bears, oh my. For sure. And so basically, you have to understand that there will be critics. However, if you really look at your life and all the things that you've been afraid to do that you went ahead and did anyway, how many people criticized you in comparison to how many people patted you on the back and said, awesome job? For the amount of times that I've been approached by fans at places where I've played, probably 100-to-1 is the ratio of people saying, oh, awesome, I wish I could play music, or I wish I was brave enough to get up there on stage, or you look so cool up there, or this or that. It's almost always positive. There's one person for every 100 people that comes up and says, oh, you suck, you should give it up, you should just quit. There's really, so that fear of criticism is truly false evidence, because evidence, if you look through your life, evidence will show that more people have probably been supportive of the things that you've been afraid to do than have been, you know, criticizing you. So definitely, you just have to face the fear and do it. And the fear is never going to go away, but it gets easier. The more times you do something, the more comfortable you become with it. And the fear, although it still kind of lingers, it dissipates a lot. And so I just want to encourage anybody out there, if there's something that you've been thinking about doing that you're afraid about, just do it. Just do it, because you'll see what the consequences are, and if they're good, you'll want to do it again, and if they're not, you don't have to do it again. But you have to try. You have to be willing to try something new to find out where you are going to excel. So thanks so much for watching. Go out there and have an amazing day. I want everybody out there to know that I'm a firm believer that in this life, absolutely anybody can be, do, and have anything they want, or we can have everything we want, and I choose everything, and I hope you will too, because you can. So ask me how, and if I don't see you in the future, I will see you out here in the pasture. Bye, y'all.